If you've ever used an AI to help you code, you definitely know the feeling. One minute it's pure magic, and the next it's an absolute mess. So today, we're going to look at something new, a new approach called OpenSpec that promises to put an end to all that chaos.
You know how it goes. It always starts out so simple. You've got a task, maybe a new feature, maybe a bug fix. So, you fire off a prompt to your AI assistant, and you're thinking, hey, this is going to be a quick solution. And boom, for a second, it feels like magic. The AI spits out a block of code, and it looks pretty good. The first request, done.
But then you start to notice things. A little detail is off. The logic isn't quite what you need for your specific case. So what do? You start tweaking the prompt, right? You add a little more context. You try to steer it in the right direction.
And that, my friends, is when the wheels come off. In its rush to fix your new request, the AI just breaks something totally different. And you're stuck in this endless loop, this back and forth of prompting and fixing, and you end up with just a tangled mess of code.
So this whole cycle, it actually has a name. People are calling it vibe coding. And it makes perfect sense, right? You're not giving the AI a precise blueprint. You're just giving it a vibe, a general feeling of what you want. And you're just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. But why? What's the real problem here? I mean, why do these incredibly powerful language models, which can write super complex algorithms from scratch, just completely fall apart the second they have to work on a real-world project? Okay, so here's the fundamental issue. AI assistants are amazing at generating new code from scratch in a total vacuum. But, and this is a big but, they are terrible at understanding a system that already exists. They have no clue about your project's history, its weird little quirks, or the delicate balance of what we call a brownfield app. An app that's already out there with real users. Right, and this is where it gets really dangerous. The AI literally doesn't know what it doesn't know. It has no idea which rules are sacred or what specific behavior absolutely cannot change. So without that context, what does it do? It guesses. And let me tell you, guessing inside of production code is a recipe for absolute disaster. But what if we could just get rid of the guesswork entirely? What if, instead of just sending vibes, we gave the AI a clear contract? Well, that's the core idea behind a spec-driven solution. And this right here shows you the huge shift in how you communicate. The old way is like, hey AI, build me a login feature. You're just throwing a wish out there. The new way? It's, okay, here is exactly how the login works today. And here is the one thing we want to change. See the difference? You're not asking it to invent something, you're giving it precise instructions for a very specific modification. So the tool that actually makes this happen is called OpenSpec. And what's great is that it's an open source command line tool that just lived right inside your project. The real beauty here is how simple it is. This isn't some huge bloated framework or SaaS product. It's really just a smart system of markdown files and a couple of folders. One of the creators described it this way, and I think it's perfect. Think of it as external long-term memory for AI coding assistants. It gives the AI this reliable record of how your project is supposed to work, so it doesn't have to guess or try to cram your entire codebase into its tiny little context window. Okay, so that's the big idea. But what does this actually look like day to day? How does it really work when you're in the trenches coding? Well, the real magic is in this super simple two-folder setup. First, you have the specs folder. This is your source of truth. It's just markdown files describing exactly how your system works right now. And here's the key. The AI is forced to read this first. Then you have the changes folder. This is your workspace. It's where you define what you want to do, add a new feature, change something, whatever. And that clean separation between what is and what should be is, well, it's everything. And you don't have to learn some new complicated system. All the interaction happens right in your AI chat window with these simple slash commands. So you're not writing those crazy long repetitive prompts anymore. You can just type /opsx new to scaffold out a whole workspace for a feature, or even /opsx ff, that's for fast forward, to have the AI generate a whole plan for you based on the spec. It's just a really, really smooth experience. Now, when you're actually ready to make the change, you use the /opsx apply command. And this is what stops the AI from just going rogue. It reads a task list, one that you've approved, and it executes one tiny atomic step at a time. It performs the task, checks it off the list, and only then does it actually write the code.
The whole process is super methodical, it's predictable, and most importantly, it's safe. And the feeling you get is, well, it's a total game changer. It's less like you're just chatting with an AI and hoping for the best, and more like you're directing a junior engineer who follows instructions perfectly. You're not a frustrated prompter anymore. You are a director. You're in control, guiding an assistant that does exactly what you tell it to. The entire power dynamic just flips.
So you can probably see by now, this whole spec-driven thing is way more than just a clever tool. It really points to a massive shift in how we're going to collaborate with AI to build software. And here's why it's so revolutionary. Most AI tools out there are built for greenfield projects, starting completely from scratch. OpenSpec is what you'd call brownfield-first. It starts with the assumption that you already have a complex, maybe messy, living codebase, and it's designed from the ground up specifically not to break it. There's also a huge practical win here. We're talking about cost and speed. With vibe coding, what do? We often just stuff the AI's context window with the entire project, right? And that just burns through tokens. OpenSpec is so much smarter about this. It only loads the relevant spec files for the task you're working on. And that means it drastically cuts down your token usage, which means lower bills and much faster responses from the AI. So let's just quickly run through the payoff again. We're talking lower token usage and costs, faster AI responses, AI behavior that's actually reproducible, not just random, way fewer hallucinations. It's perfect for the existing and legacy code bases that most of us actually work on. And maybe the best part, you end up with system specs that stay up to date forever because the spec becomes your documentation. Okay, so that brings us to the big question. This all sounds really powerful, but is OpenSpec actually for you? Is it the right tool for your workflow? Well, let me put it this way. You're going to absolutely love OpenSpec if you're using AI for coding on a daily basis, especially if you work on anything that's non-trivial or, heaven forbid, a legacy code base. If you want predictable, reproducible AI behavior and you're just sick and tired of playing prompt roulette, then yeah, this was basically designed for you. And really, that's the big takeaway here. The whole idea of pure vibe coding, that era is ending. A new era of spec-first AI development is just getting started. This is what the maturation of AI coding looks like. We're moving away from treating the AI like some wild, unpredictable oracle and starting to treat it like what it can be, a disciplined, incredibly powerful partner in building great software.